The world needs saving, but don't get involved. Don't despair or be scared. There's some dudes you can call. I don't mean Dr. Jones, Mr. T. Stallone, Conan the Barbarian can suck on my bone. I'm talking John Candy, Quaid, Randy, Jack Black will attack, and Fred Flintstone is Plan B. Tommy from Sandusky.
Are you crazy? You must be.
You got to just trust me. These heroes are Husky heroes. Husky heroes. Husky heroes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of Husky Heroes. With me, as always, is Sote. Sote, how you doing, man?
Doing okay. Just working, doing shit, watching
Living
movies.
The dream over there, dancing, bopping around. Haven't heard that theme song in quite some time.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So,
it's been a while, actually.
Quite a while. When we will get into why that is. It's gonna be tough. There may be some tears. It's gonna be a real tearjerker episode. Yeah, tears will be from Sote. So
yeah,
I'm not talking about me.
That's okay. I'm used to crying. I cry all the time, man.
Jesus.
I have deep emotional feelings all the time.
It's why your face is always red and swollen.
Yeah, that's exactly why. It's not alcoholism at all.
And don't let anyone tell you any different.
Don't believe them, brother.
Oh man, so it's been a while. I feel rusty. I feel like that the listeners are going to tell that I'm scared right now of doing this, just because I'm like, I haven't done it in forever. It's also like I have the door to this room closed and it's like so hot, so it feels like fucking torture in here.
Of course. Yeah, that's I don't have that problem because my entire place is not insulated.
Right. So
it is quite
yeah, that's good. Maybe I should crack a window, but maybe I should have thought of that before I sat down. I'm kind of enclosed here now. Got the light over here. I got the laptop propped up on a delicate pedestal of pillows stacked on top of each other.
I was gonna assume you're gonna use like DVDs. I don't know why. Like I thought if you're gonna prop this
that
up,
could have
it's gonna be
happened
DVD
probably,
boxes.
but it's on the bed is the problem. You see this?
Yeah.
So
okay.
I don't know how stable that would be.
Yeah, that's a
I'll have to
problem.
get my engineering on and figure that out for the next time we record.
Just buy a lunch tray, like a breakfast in bed tray. Just throw it on that bad boy.
And you know what? Can also use it for breakfast in bed.
Exactly. That's such a luxurious thing. Like just to like, and even though you're at home, like I'm gonna have a bowl of cereal in bed.
Well, we're gonna get into it, but I did have several months of breakfast in bed, and I can't tell you my situation was not that luxurious.
No, it was pretty rough.
Right. Now, eagle-eyed viewers, if you're listening to this on one of the many places it's shared, Spotify, God, where else is it? Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts, yeah.
You can listen to it in the Anchor browser. The browser on Anchor is what I should say. You may not know this then if you're just listening, but we have added this special feature to this latest installment of the podcast. And we have added stereoscopic vision, 3D vision. Put on your glasses now.
We're on the YouTube. You're looking at us.
You can see us. We're on the YouTube now. There's a video component to this now, mainly because we do have to do this podcast remotely. And there's a feature to record in the Zoom app, so why not?
Yeah.
People like it.
It seems pretty good from when we tested. It looks pretty damn decent.
They like it. People love us. So that is the thing.
People want to see our faces.
They want to see our faces. They want to see us doing some crazy move. I'm gonna have to like use my arms and articulate a lot more and stuff, and just to keep it fresh and exciting.
I was just thinking that, like, and that's what I do. Like, I stream like every once in a while with my buddies and the Kyle Cop Twitch channel.
And I plug. Look at this guy with the fucking plug.
I'm trying. I've listened to a lot of podcasts. I know when to drop those plugs in. Just boop, little nugget of plug. But yeah, I'm used to being animated, but this feels different because it's just like you and me.
Yeah, it is different. I mean, it's not live is the thing. And maybe we should maybe we should both be like playing a video game as we both do this. to make it just feel a little more natural.
No,
Just like
that sounds
yeah,
terrible.
just adding more
Can-
stuff to my terrible ADHD brain would not be a good idea. Not a good call.
Also, what kind of games can you play on your Mac? Is what I want to know.
hey, come on now, man. We got freaking Apple Silicon here, baby. I could run anything.
Okay.
Not
got
good.
that new
not
hotness?
good, but it could run.
It'll run. You got
It'll
that
run.
new hotness?
It'll
the new,
turn on.
the M1.
I got the M1 Max. Oh, there's
Nice.
there's
Pazuzu.
Pazuzu back there.
Yeah, she's
Big
hanging
big
out.
come up. That's a big get for the podcast, Pazuzu.
Yeah,
On our
I'll try
first
to look her
episode
up at some
back.
point.
Yeah,
Maybe
that
at
would
the
be
end when we're
great.
doing our plugs, I'll pick her up and she'll be upset.
I will. I would enjoy that very much. So that I would enjoy seeing a cat right now.
Hell yeah.
My cats are all at my apartment, and I've been living with just the dog that lives here at the place that I'm staying now.
The enormous dog.
An enormous dog, and I haven't had any cat action in quite some time. Hey, in a
Yeah, I mean, you'll be back
more
there
ways
soon,
than
right?
one. You know what I mean? In more ways than
That's
one when I
rough.
say that. So we did have some technical glitches, and I do blame that on us bullshitting too much. Too
Yeah.
much bullshit on podcasts now of days.
That makes sense. Podcast always start with like 15 to 20 minutes of like BS at the
Just
start. But it's
pure
like
bullshit. You got time
Yeah.
to fill. You gotta do it.
fucking Patreon wants their content, man.
I do think it was the podcast gods telling us to move on. The podcast god obviously being Joe Rogan, the smartest man alive.
The
And
greatest man
Elon
ever.
Musk somehow.
He's
Also
in
Elon.
everything.
Yeah,
He
he's
puts his
also
fingers in
podca-
lots of.
Somehow he's also podcast god. So
God, I fucking fuck that guy. Anyway, I hate that guy so much.
we are gonna release this episode as an NFT, just so that you're aware. So that
Finally,
Maybe
the
able to-
NFT gods.
get a couple of dollars out of this thing.
Highly
I'm
doubt it.
not above turning this thing into an NFT and selling it to some idiot, to be honest with you.
You know, if an idiot wants to buy it, you're absolutely right. Let's get that money.
Yeah, you can have it. You can have
Yeah,
it.
I am
As
super
long
down
as you
for-
can guarantee that my particular NFT takes out a portion of the fucking what is the thing called that's getting destroyed by pollution over the earth?
the ozone layer.
The ozone layer. I hope my particular NFT destroys the ozone layer directly above the house of my enemy, so
You know,
that a little
as
bit
it-
more light will blast on them.
As it should, honestly.
Yeah.
As it should.
It's future warfare right there. Preparing myself for the future. All right.
Fuck 'em.
So where were we at? God, I guess I should probably get into this. As you guys might know, we've been gone for quite some time.
Yeah. It's been a minute.
And the reason for that is I was focusing on my weight loss journey. I was
Extreme lap band.
extreme. It is a new procedure called extreme lap banding. It only works 1% faster than regular lap banding, but the recovery process is 7 months longer.
Just about.
So yeah,
Yeah. Worth it.
it's totally worth it. Look at this hot bod.
Yeah, look at that. You're
Uh,
you're fucking swimming in that shirt, man. Actually,
No,
no, it's a
the-
pretty big shirt.
Yeah, my shirts do fit me much better now, actually. Yeah.
Nice.
Some
Worth
of them
it.
a little too baggy. Hey, worth it,
Yeah.
dude. Worth
I
it.
mean, you'll get back to your normal shape pretty soon, I think.
yeah, dude. I'm planning to balloon
Yeah.
over the course of the next couple of years. So
You love to see it.
we'll get back in there.
Let's get that big man.
The real reason, of course, is not that, guys. I did not get that. You know, if you do get that, that's fine. I just didn't. I was actually attacked internally by a trusted organ of mine in the end of summer. It was August 9th, the beginning of August.
Mhm.
August 9th. I'll never forget the day. Where were you on August 9th? Tell me.
Literally the day after my birthday.
That's crazy. I
Yeah.
didn't even put those things together until just now. That's insane.
Yup.
Holy shit. Okay, so anyway, August 9th, I went into the hospital with a bit of a tummy ache. To my surprise, they kept me there not only overnight, but they kept me there for about a week, feeding me like antibiotics for this infection in my colon. Thinking that hopefully, you know, we wouldn't need to go into surgery, but maybe we would, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, by the end of the week, they're like, okay, we got to get you into surgery right now. Your colon is like, your intestines are about to like explode. So they took me, man, I'm going to try to make this as short as possible because I don't know how much people actually want to hear about this. I don't know.
I mean, you know,
anyway,
I want to know.
Yeah, dude. So, you know most of the story. I'm just recapping it for the audience.
Yeah.
For the 12 listeners.
Dedicated listeners.
The dedicated listeners. The other, I think we usually get about 45 plays per episode.
It's not
I
bad.
think the rest of them are just hitting play on it and then getting out of there just to say they did it, you know? Anyway. We can see that. It's in the analytics, you guys. Stop doing that. Just don't listen to it. It's better for our analytics.
Play it and just turn the volume down.
Turn the volume down. Go into the other room. It's fine. But don't just exit because it looks like you got bored and turned it off. And that's not good for the algorithm. Anyway. So I go into surgery, right? They got to drain this abscess in my colon, they say. It's like gonna be, you know, it's a pretty serious thing. It's almost like to the level of an appendix getting inflamed or whatever, and you don't want that thing to burst open because that's all sorts of problems. So it's kind of the same thing on the other side, which is where all the intestines and colon and shit are. So they go in to drain the abscess. They put me down into anesthesia. I do remember that, like breathing in with the mask and shit. And the next thing I remember, Sote, this is like August 15th or 13th or something like that. The next thing I remember is waking up, not knowing where the fuck I was, and it's September 20 something.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
Dude. Insane. Time jump. It's very disorienting. I don't remember anything. I'm super emotional because I'm all hopped up on drugs. I was having the craziest dreams that anyone could ever dream. And then I'm like, what happened? What's going on? And they tell me, while you were getting surgery, that abscess blew up and the contents of your colon spilled onto the rest of your organs. And you went into septic shock. And then we had to essentially clean poop off of the entire inside of your body.
I gotta say, like, that's extremely a way that we would like end up in the hospital as our family, like some kind of poop accident.
100%. That's number one on the Family Feud board.
Yeah,
that's number one. Poop. Show me poop on lungs. Ding. Poop on lungs.
Oh my god.
So I was extremely sick. I almost died. It was quite insane. This was an insane thing to go through. Was not expecting it. There is a very funny message between you and I because we were supposed to record that morning that I went into the hospital. We were supposed to record like that evening or whatever, you know, like.
Yep.
And I texted you, and I have a picture of it. Go check out the Instagram. We do want to make $70,000 off of this podcast, and it does help us if you visit that, so we can monetize it, baby. So, there's a very funny text thread where I text you. I'm like putting on a brave face. I'm doing like this big goofy face, and like I'm like I don't want to scare him or anything because at this point we didn't know I was gonna go into surgery.
Yeah,
and
like we had literally no clue what was happening.
It's literally like August. Hey, Sote, we won't be able to record this week. Oh, damn, bummer. See you when you get out or whatever. And then like, there's maybe one or two more texts in between that are just like, dude, I hope you're doing okay. And then the next one is like, hey, I heard you're on your phone again.
Yeah, and it was like
And
in
it's like-
October.
it's like October because I did wake up like at the end of September at some point, and I guess you can say they woke me up when September ends. Hey now.
Oh god.
Yeah. That wasn't worth it. So
I was
but-
fine.
No. Fuck it. We got to start over. No. Fucking when I woke up, my hands were like extremely like shaky, like could not stop, like intensely, like it looked like this, like I'm faking.
Yeah.
Everything was shaking. I couldn't hold anything. It was extremely painful to hold my phone. Because while I was down, my girlfriend put this like ring thing on it
Yeah.
so I could hold it easier. But like the metal on it, like my fingers were so sensitive, the metal was like, it felt like it was burning my fingers. Like it was
Jesus.
just that crazy. Yeah. So I like forgot everything. I didn't know what happened. They had to fill me in, and I was just like, what? Like I didn't, it took me a while to gain my like my memories back. Everyone was super worried because I was like, I didn't know anything, and like
Right.
I couldn't recognize my parents. Like I couldn't picture my dad in my mind, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't, his face just wasn't coming to me. It was so fucked up.
Oh, that's fucking scary.
I didn't know where I was for a while. I thought I was like in New Jersey or something because I was just having some weird dreams about like, I don't know, I was in a different place, and all the dreams felt so real and terrifying.
Oh
And-
god.
And like crazy shit too, where it's like dreams where I'm like putting a gun to my head or like
Whoa.
jumping into this endless pit to kill myself. Just like not a good way to kill yourself, by the way.
No. It sounds
Endless pit.
horrifying.
You still have to you have to wait a while. You're not gonna hit anything and splatter. It's endless.
Jesus. Yeah,
Anyway.
it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, dude, it was truly insane. So that's what happened. So I've been talking a lot. You wanna any
I mean-
questions, comments?
I was gonna fuck with you and say you've been through so much.
You bastard.
I know. We were talking about this earlier, and that's like the one thing you said you like were so tired of hearing.
Every nurse, like doctors, anyone who I would talk to, if I had any kind of question or like I was confused about something or like what happened to me or whatever, their answer would always be, "You've been through so much. You've been through so much." Like, that's not what I asked.
No, just I want to know what
I
happened.
think maybe they were embarrassed to tell me that I pooped all over my insides.
I'm sorry, that's so not funny. But if you think about what's happened to us in our lives, that's
Right.
so it. That's so it. How did he die? Poo accident.
Pooped, and poop implosion. This is what happened.
Poop explosion. That's so bad. It's
Oh
not
my
funny.
God.
I'm just. It's oh man, that just sucks.
It is what it is, man. What are you gonna do? You know,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Like,
And
I-
I learned there is nothing you can do. If that was gonna happen, it was just gonna happen. I'm just lucky enough to have been young enough to be able to survive it because people
Fuck.
die from this shit all the time.
That's fucking insane. And like,
Like I had
wait,
to
so,
do. Oh, go ahead.
so I was gonna ask, like, so do you remember like when we would visit?
I don't remember the first time you came to visit.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
They
'cause I
told
remember
me
you,
about
like,
it.
Yeah, I remember you like moving. You kind of acknowledged a little bit, but you're pretty
Yeah.
much out.
my
it was just,
my mom or Palomo, someone said that
Yeah.
that I seemed happy to see you. And I
Yeah,
was
like you
"Oh, that's
reacted
good."
for sure. You were
And
like, hey, and then out.
fully do not remember it. They said that you were like sitting there so sad. And I was like, you guys probably should have briefed them that
Yeah, I kind of
I
walked
was-
in and I was like,
I was
Okay, let's
as
see what's
bad as
going
I
on.
was. You know?
yeah, I gotta admit, it was pretty rough seeing you that way. It was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? I was literally just talking to him like at that point. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, man. I had all sorts of tubes going in me, and I had a breathing tube for some time, and they had to take it out because I guess it could damage your insides, you know. And I got a trach
God.
put in.
Yeah.
Here's the scar where they cut my neck open and put a like a tube in it so that it could
Yeah,
help me breathe.
They tubed you up, man.
They tubed
I remember
me
seeing
up.
that too, being like, Jesus Christ.
Some dialysis scars right there
Yeah.
because they had to clean the poop out of my blood.
I'm sorry, that's not funny.
I know.
But-
Listen, we're at the point where we can giggle now.
I think so.
We're at the point.
We're talking about poo poo. I think it's okay to joke about it.
Right. Poo
little
poo
bit.
all over. Not a good thing, apparently. Not a good thing.
No, it's a very bad thing. Very, very bad.
Anyway, spent a lot of time in the hospital. I was in the hospital for the the entirety of August and most of September.
Yeah.
And then I got moved to like a rehabilitation facility when they were able to take me off of like the tubes that I was on and shit.
Yeah, because I think I visited you like at the end of September, like early October, and you were like in that other room and you were actually like talking
Right.
and watching the news for some reason.
Yeah, there was not a lot of channels in there.
No. You wanna hear something funny? The first time I visited you technically you were there, but me and your dad were watching Shrek.
Nice.
It's pretty great.
Was I reacting to Shrek at all?
I remember your dad saying, "You want to watch Shrek?" and you were like, "Nah." Like, nah. He was like, "All right, Shrek it is." We were just sitting there watching Shrek.
There are so many stories of like, clearly I don't remember them. Obviously I don't remember any of this, but like, so they were trying to put an IV into my foot because they ran out of places to put needles in me.
Jesus.
So they tried to put an IV in my foot, and I couldn't articulate, obviously, that I am extremely ticklish on the foot. I don't like people touching it. So the way I reacted was I just started kicking the shit out of all of the nurses who came near my feet. And tried So apparently like they were like storming out of my room. My mom was telling me this, that they were like storming out of my room and like like just like full on pissed off.
This
And
giant man keeps trying to kick me.
Exactly. And then they sent in the doctor finally to like see if they could convince me, and like she was doing sweet talky doctor voice to me and going like, "Hey, okay, I'm gonna put this in your foot. Do you promise not to kick me?" And apparently I just went like I was ready for war, man.
So you're like in cruise control that whole time, essentially.
Dude, I truly just went into whatever, like they say it's like a combination of like the amount of drugs I was on, but also the like brain just like dumping all the traumatic shit happening as it happened so that I could like deal with it as a human. So, thank you, brain. At least that was a good thing that it did.
Yeah, the brain kept you sane, man. That's great.
It was, like I said, I was having those weird dreams. Like there was like ones where like we were like from a billionaire family.
I fucking wish.
But
Shit.
like whoever the matriarch and patriarch of that family, because it wasn't my damn family, like lost all the money, and there was like this big dispute about it and shit. Like just like weird like story, like full on Martin Scorsese movies going on in my brain.
You just had like a whole Michael Mann film in your brain for like
one of my reoccurring like dreams or things that I thought was happening, I guess, is a security training video. Like never had a security guard job in my life.
What?
But it was like, here's where you go to pick up your uniform and shit like that. And it
what?
And it felt like it could never end. And then finally a prompt would come up at the end that says like press B to go back to your previous point or whatever. And I would feel myself like pressing B and then it would turn off.
What?
Yeah, weird.
That's what's actually sounds more like a David Lynch film.
Yeah, exactly. It was crazy. Some of the stuff that I do remember was just like that shit and thinking it was real. And then of course telling my mom about it and then her being like, "What?" It's like What are you talking about? It's
Where's
like
the security
clearly
guy?
some kind of psychosis, Mom. Just
Oh
try
my
to hear
God.
me out.
Yeah, dude,
But yeah,
that was a wild time. That was a fucking scary time.
yeah. So I mean, let's fast forward to now.
Yeah.
Doing a lot better. Still living at my mother's house, recovering. I got a big old open wound on my belly that has to close all the way.
Nice.
Because it wasn't stitchable or whatever. It just kind of, you have to just, it has to
You know what's-
come up or whatever.
You know what's funny? My dad had the same thing when he had his appendix. I don't know if you remember this, but this was like years
I
ago.
remember it. I do remember that.
Yeah, he was about to go to surgery to get his shit taken out. Because the only reason why we didn't get it out in time is because my mom's family, my grandma was like, you know what he needs? Some 7-Up. He's got stomach issues. It's okay. And then we went to the hospital. It was like, okay, it's an appendix. They were about to open him and it popped.
Yeah.
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 So
That'll
he was
happen.
like, yeah, but he was like there with the stomach open, getting pumped out. He was fucking cool. But yeah, dude, it was the same shit. Like he just had his stomach open for like months.
Yeah.
Until he was, like, good
same
to
with
go.
me, man. Same with me at this point. I
It's
still
weird.
have some like the original spot where they went in with the surgery. It's like kind of like just a cool looking scar now, But like this main one is like gonna take some time. So
shit.
I've gotten a little bit more comfortable with it now. Oh, I also have a poop bag, which is kind of lit.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah. I got a colostomy bag.
Yeah.
Currently, unbeknownst to the listener, pooping in right now.
Hey, there we go. That
Haven't
sounds so
used-
great.
Haven't used my butt in months, guys. Haven't used my butt
Dude.
in months. So
No wiping. Oh my god.
truly insane. Just anyway,
amazing.
maybe that's as much information as we need to
I
go
think maybe
into
that's
on
the
this
line.
podcast. I'm doing fine now. We will be recording episodes now. We're back.
Yes.
We're back, baby. We're back. And Sota, we got a good one this week. What
Dude,
a transition. What a
We have
transition.
I know, right? That was
Yeah.
really good. That was
good. All right.
we kind of
Oh.
smooth with it.
Yeah, didn't have to call it out. If I didn't call it out, it would have been cooler, but whatever.
You know what? You did what you thought was right. We're learning. We're relearning. It's
Why
been a
don't you
minute.
tell the listeners and viewers what we're talking about this week, Sota?
We are watching the 4-time Oscar-winning film from 1988 named Who Framed Roger Rabbit. What a fucking masterpiece
And
of
the
a film.
crowd goes wild.
Holy
They're
shit.
doing it. They're doing it.
It's happening. He's
We're
the
back
hero
to
we've
our-
always wanted.
We're back to our roots. We're back to our roots. We're doing Husky Boys again.
Love it.
And this is part of a series at this point. We are doing Bob and Boba month. That's right.
Yeah.
We are doing the films of Bob Hoskins and interlaced with the new Disney Plus show, The Book of Boba Fett. So this
Man.
week we do start with Bob Hoskins. The start of Bob and Boba month.
Oh, that
This
made me
is-
smile so big. It was so good.
The start of Bob and Boba month. We do kick it off with the classic Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So that I hate to admit this, but I'm a first timer.
That's wild to me because I
I
feel
am a
like
first timer.
this is a movie your parents would have showed you. 'Cause
You know
that's-
what? I think it's because it came out before I was born.
Maybe.
And they were mostly showing us contemporary cinema.
Contemporary films.
Contemporary. And probably at the time that I was that young, that movie probably would have scared me. This movie probably would have.
It's kinda
scared me a little
freaky,
bit.
right?
It's a freaky ass movie.
It is, man. Cartoons
I was
get
mostly
fucking murked.
watching like cartoons when I was a little kid, but then I guess like at the time when I would have probably
Mhm.
watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit is when I started getting really into Star Wars and shit like that, and just like
Yeah,
just taking over my life. So
that makes sense. That was a big part of it. Star Wars was such a huge part of like all of our lives.
you
I
used
forget-
to, I probably said it on this podcast, but you used to tell us lies saying that you used
Yeah.
to walk through a wall in your closet or something and you would get into the
Yeah.
Star Wars world, and we
Shit was
believed
rad.
it.
Yeah.
We believed it. I
So
stuck
fun.
up for you when I told this story to my friends at school, and they were like,
did.
bullshit.
Yeah.
No, it's
Eat
not.
shit, kids. It's
and then
real.
and then you would ask your mom in front of us, and she would play along and be like, "Yeah, yeah, he does do that." And then I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah. Like fast forward to me in my room, just like la 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 la. I'm in
Like,
Star Wars.
he is walking through walls, but like just as a dumb clumsy kid is what it was about.
I'm actually looking like there's a door like right here that I used to sneak into a little crawl space. That was the Star Wars room.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. And I would just sit
as an
there.
only child must have been something, huh?
It's great.
Oh boy.
I could
And then later that became the Crank It room.
Yeah. Oh no, every room's a Crank It room in this place.
Okay,
I have
gotcha.
masturbated
Yeah,
everywhere here.
Similar situation in my apartment.
Yeah.
At my
just
mom's
happens.
place, not so much. Unfortunately,
No, you can't do it
Not
there,
a lot of
no.
place to crank it. Not a lot of.
I have like
crank it rooms.
I have a whole floor. I think I've literally had sex in every room here.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. That's not true. That's a lie.
a lot.
Actually. That's a lie.
lot of.
That's a
doing
total
it.
lie. Not really, no. That's a total lie. Never believe anything I say about me and my sex life.
It's out there. Listen, it's out there. What's on the podcast is now canon. This is canon now. Sex God Sote.
No, that's the exact opposite. It's just me diddling
How did-
myself.
okay. Back to the Jesus.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
No, I like it. It's good. Staying in. Yeah. So, it just missed it. I mean, I just missed the movie completely. Late in my teenage years, I've definitely caught pieces of the movie, like when we had some cable channels and stuff like that.
Makes sense.
It would come on, and I just catch it here and there, but as I was watching it, it just felt completely new to me. It's like nothing stuck. And I'm almost glad I see it. I'm watching it now, like at this age, because I feel like I could kind of appreciate it more. And
Yeah,
it is a
totally.
fucking great movie.
Yeah, like it's wild, like A, what they were able to do with like this story and these characters, and B, that they were able to get these characters together.
Yeah, like that's another thing that's just never gonna happen.
No.
Unless
like-
the
like-
way that rights and IP and all that stuff works now, it's just never gonna happen like that ever again.
No, like there has to be something like cataclysmic for this to happen, like at this point, because like the only thing I could see happening close to this now would be like a DC/Marvel movie, and only
Right.
because like
Because it would
Marvel's
make
thinking of it would make a shit ton of money.
infinity $billion. Like it's just going to.
Yeah, which is like
Like
I would love to see
back
it.
then this was I mean, it was probably easy for them to get the rights because Disney was so far in the dumps back then, especially compared to the fucking mega corporation that it is now.
Totally, because like at that point, like you said, you're totally right. They were making like those like weird one-off cartoons and a lot of live action stuff, and like the real animated stuff didn't kick in until like right after this.
Right, yeah, exactly. It got popular again. I wouldn't be surprised if this movie was the reason why people started kind of looking at these things again, but yeah, this was Disney before it was fucking Disney, like
Yeah. And it's funny too because like this was made by Touchstone Pictures, which at the time was part of Disney. And Warner Brothers was like, all right, cool, we'll let you do it, but everyone needs to have the exact same screen time as everyone from Disney. So like
interesting.
they wanted to play ball. And they knew that because like I was a child of the late 80s, I guess, and the early 90s. So I would watch a lot of Looney Tunes. They knew they had all the clout they needed. So they were just like, fuck it, if you want to do it, yeah. It seemed like that was like the move for them, and it ended up being fucking great.
Yeah, we whatever stars had to align for that. I'm glad it happened. This is the breakout picture for famous director Robert Zemeckis, who is nothing but busting nuts these days.
Yeah, man,
What-
he's having a rough time now.
He's just doing he got into those stupid the scary Polar Express stuff and
Yeah.
just like the weird Uncanny Valley animation that he was like obsessed with, and then jumping into like more straight on dramas like fucking Allied and Flight. And then here
Flight.
comes insane movie. That is a crazy ass movie.
That's the one where like Denzel's flying upside down, right?
He flies the plane upside down because
Why
for
does he
some
do
reason that is helpful. I don't know. But then he just does like rails of cocaine and shit later. It's fucking awesome.
that I feel like that was the writer's room.
I'm drunk right now. You remember that in that movie?
Living my best life.
Like, he finally admits that he was drunk on the plane or whatever, and then he's like, I'm high right now, or I'm drunk right now, or whatever, in the Denzel way he does it. I don't have a good Denzel, but
Yeah,
my light
has a
turned
hard
off.
voice to do.
My light turned off, and I guess I'm just rocking in the dark now.
You look fine.
Okay, cool.
You're good. I have to say something too real quick. Like, I'm looking at his filmography, and you know what's funny about where this movie lands? So he did Romancing the Stone in 1984. He did Back to the Future in 1985.
Banger.
He did a couple of TV
I guess
shows.
I guess that's the breakout movie, right?
Yeah, but okay, here's
Back
the thing.
to the Future. Okay.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit, 1988. Back to the Future 2, 1989. Back to the Future 3, 1990. He did these three movies back to back to back.
Dude. He had a run.
He fucking wrecked, man. And then in
I am going to make a quick executive decision. I am going to lean back.
Yes.
And go into
waiting for this.
Potato head mode.
Listen, guys. He's been through a lot. There we go. I was going to say it's just like Mike face.
It's potato head mode right now. I just need the spine to relax a little bit. And I'll be back up there in a little bit, but we're gonna rock with this for a second.
It makes sense too, because like you were like in a bed for months. It's gonna be hard for your spine to be like ready to go.
Yeah, I still get tired sitting up without a back support. And I wonder when that will probably never go away, because I'm pretty sure that was just how I was before this.
Me too. Okay, so it's funny you bring that up. Real quick sidebar. I can't sit up in a bed either, so what I like to do is like lay on my stomach like a teenage girl and like put my arms up and
kick your legs back there. Yeah.
If I'm in bed watching videos, that's my position.
I love it.
It's so
I
good.
love it.
It's the best.
You should post a photo of that on the Instagram.
I might.
We should get a hashtag going. Show us your bed position. Show us your bed position.
I love it. Are we gonna be like we're talking like the Hey Babe and the Taste Buds guys? I like that.
Yeah, man. We gotta get the engagement going, man.
I agree. I'll do it shirtless if you guys want me to.
Oh, dude. You know what? For 100 likes, fellas, 100 likes on any amount of the Husky Heroes posts. If they totaled 100 in the month of January, so then we'll post shirtless.
Well, okay, I'm gonna pose in like the teenage girl stomach down pose.
Yeah,
with my feet
that's
up.
fine. That's
Okay.
fine. If we get to 200, I'll post the disgusting crazy hole in my stomach.
Yeah,
the gruesome hole in my stomach.
Let's see that hole, baby.
Show hole, post hole, baby.
Show that hole. I fucking hate
All right.
this.
You were saying something about the thing that the podcast is actually about, Sota?
Yes. Okay, so yeah, and then like I guess the timeline of all of his shit that he's done, in between those, he did like some TV shows, and then he did Death Becomes Her in 1992, which is a fucking classic film. If y'all haven't seen
That's
Death
the
Becomes
Harrison
Her,
Ford one, right?
No, that's Bruce Willis, Goldie Hawn, and Meryl Streep.
Shit, what's the Harrison Ford one?
Castaway? No, Castaway is
Tom
the other
Hanks.
one. What Lies Beneath?
What Lies Beneath, is that it? Is that
He did
Ford?
What Lies Beneath?
Is that Harrison Ford?
Yeah, Harrison Ford and
Yeah,
Michelle
okay,
Pfeiffer.
yeah, that's it. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Wow. He's done some movies, man. But yeah, he had a really awesome run in like the mid 80s to like mid 90s. He did some amazing shit.
He's one of those guys where it's like you had the career already. Now you're in full like I'm gonna do what I want mode because you don't have to work anymore. And like if it's just some crazy passion project like these fucking animated movies he was doing, why not? He could do it. He's got the clout, man.
He's got it, man. You're absolutely right. And like, and I think we haven't talked about this yet, but like the technical like detail and like work that went into this film is astounding.
It's crazy. I mean, this is the first
Yeah.
time that something like this has been done. The famously banned Zippity Doo Dah Zippity, what is that? Song of the South?
Mm.
The banned
Yeah, the
Disney
Crows.
film.
Yeah.
It was
Oof.
that had like a mixture of animation and
Little bit, yeah, a little
live
bit.
action, but this is like really where this technology was used for like throughout an entire movie, like
Yeah, because like before then, I think aside from the Song of the South, I think Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and it didn't look like this.
right.
It was nothing like this
This
at
is
all.
just like something crazy.
Yeah, and then after
Um,
this, like it only got better because like this was the template to tell Warner Brothers we could make Space Jam, and they made Space Jam.
yeah, not quite as quality, but
Yeah, writing wise, no, but the looks were pretty good.
it did look good. It looked cool. I do like it. I mean, they by the time Space Jam came around, they nailed like how to make the people in the Toon World look good. Whereas in this one, that's probably the roughest part of the movie.
It is, yeah. I actually I never noticed that before until like this viewing, and you're absolutely right. Like it looks fine.
It looks fine. It's serviceable. I think it's because we're watching it on HD screens now. You can't really hide
Yeah.
like the imperfections anymore.
Yeah.
These were never meant to be seen in that high definition.
No, this is 480p max.
Yeah. So, it kind of falls apart in that way. But I still think it looks cool, and in your mind you're like thinking
does.
like, holy shit, this is like new technology back then. So you just like
Mm-hmm.
you give it its props, I guess.
Totally.
But yeah, man. I mean, for me, the best parts of the movie were in the real world with the tunes in the real world versus him in the Toon World.
I agree. He needed to go to the Toon World, because of the story, because of his brother and stuff, and also like
Yeah.
just.
And we
but
don't get
you're
there
right.
until an hour into the movie.
You're right. That's
crazy. That is some restraint right there, man.
that blew me away, and it's so funny too that like. Cause like you get to the part where he's in the tunnel, he's about to go in. He gets his old fucking cartoon piece with
That's
the fucking
so sick, dude.
with the cool bullets and that one racist one.
Yeah, the one racist bullet. We don't have to talk about the racist bullet.
Yeah, that's something of its time. I understand. I think everyone now acknowledges that was wrong, but at the time that was just the thing, and it sucks. And I'm sorry, but
yeah. No, you watch these movies. You watch. If you're gonna watch something from the '80s, you're gonna have to expect a fair amount of racism.
yeah,
Although I did watch Borderline, which is a Charles Bronson film from 1980, where he plays a border patrol officer,
God.
and
I
surprisingly,
don't like these Mexicans coming to America.
surprisingly a little progressive, probably for
Really?
its time. It did have the usual trappings of like making it was more about the exploitation of these illegal workers versus like they're ruining our country. And I was like, holy shit, really?
Wow.
This is 1980, man. And it's
Wow.
Bronson. What are we?
So was Bronson like cool?
Probably not.
Well,
Probably not.
okay. Okay, that's fair. He's an old guy, but maybe he was cool. I want to
There's a-
like him more.
There's a great story, and I heard this third hand. I'm obviously third hand. I don't know Charles Bronson, but like I heard someone telling it on some interview or some podcast or something, where there's this great story about Bronson where, they're in a meeting talking about some movie. They take him out to like this restaurant, and he just looks fucking bummed out the entire time, and he's just like brooding and shit. And finally, it was a sushi restaurant, and he was just like brooding and shit, and just like, and then they're like, finally, someone asked him like, "Hey, Charles, is something going on? Do you have a problem with the movie that we're pitching? Like, what's going on?" And finally, he just goes, "I've never had sushi." He was just he was, he was just nervous about trying sushi.
That's hilarious. That's actually very sweet. That's
That's
super
kind of
sweet.
cute. That's kind of
That's cute. Because like Charles Bronson is Charles Bronson. He's like he actually served in the military, and he's like a dude. He's a guy.
This is when men were men.
Yeah,
None of this
guys,
work from home bullshit. This is when
guys
men
would do
wanted
it.
to work.
Yeah, exactly. And he was like, I don't know about this sushis.
It's raw fish. Ugh.
Can I shoot it?
I think that's kind of cute. It's kind of a
That
cute
is-
story.
It is very cute. I really appreciate hearing that about Charles Bronson.
He was just afraid of the sushi.
I don't like raw fish.
So our hero this week, Sota,
Yes.
is not the titular Roger Rabbit.
No.
Not him. We're talking, of course, of Eddie Valiant, the private investigator. We learn clown turned private investigator.
That was such a, I forgot about that too. Like
An
that him and his
AirPod
brother
just
were
fell out of my
clowns.
ear. An AirPod
no.
just fell out of my ear, and I heard it go behind the bed.
I heard that as well. Welcome to Apple Hell.
All right, I'm just gonna have to rock with the one at this point, I guess. This is what I get for going into potato. This is what I get for going into potato mode.
I know. It's so funny because I know how much you hate this right now.
It's not a balanced sound.
It's not. You are in fucking hell right now.
It is,
and that is
all
so
the way.
funny.
It is all the way behind the bed. There's the slightest gap between the bed and the wall. It is all the way behind there. Fuck.
Yeah, dude, your face. Like I saw your reaction to it falling out. It was magical. It's all right. We'll be good. We'll be good.
We got to get through this.
we got to do this, man. We're gonna power through this.
All right, I'm gonna get back up into regular mode here so we can talk about Eddie Valiant.
Okay. So there's so much interesting stuff about Eddie Valiant as a character, and they did such a good job of introducing him as like that tortured person, and like they also like included a lot of like film noir stuff. This movie is actually a film noir, which is so good.
100%, and the kind of thing that you won't see in movies anymore. Like he is such a hard ass character, and they don't do a whole lot to make you like him. He's an alcoholic.
Yeah.
He's a
He has
hard
a
ass.
holster for his fucking bottle.
He has a holster for his bottle. Yeah, great, cool, very cool.
By the way, I need that.
That's happening.
It's happening. It's happening.
I'm just realizing there's a pretty distracting gap here. And now that's bothering me. I'm all out of sorts here, man. I gotta put
I know.
something there eventually. Anyway,
It's fine.
it's a character that you don't see anymore because they let him be so like miserable, pathetic even, and just unlikable, really. Like they just let him be that, and be like such this like anchor and straight man to all the insanity going around him. And I think that's just kind of what makes it work. Like I think if they made the movie now, it would be more like Detective Pikachu almost. Have you ever seen Detective Pikachu?
Yeah.
Like it's a fun movie. I like it, but
It is really fun.
it's like the character is just kind of more of like I'm never gonna be a great trainer or whatever. Like he's kind of a
It's more like all I need is some courage. He's essentially like the coward, not the coward,
Right,
but he's like
exactly.
the Wizard of Oz type character.
whereas in this one it's like their flaws are so much more rooted and deeper and like more traumatic shit. And although in that movie his dad was dead, so I guess that's pretty traumatic, but
that is very traumatic. And also,
anyway,
like, yeah,
you know what I'm
Valiant, like,
saying. It's like
his-
a funny or like a more palatable way to make a down on his luck character that they do now. And then this one is just full on like, yeah, our guy's an alcoholic. He went fucking he's racist against the Toons. He doesn't like them. He blames them blames all Toons for his brother's death.
Which I understand like having like being upset about your brother being dead, but it's like and then he acknowledged, like he said before, they were always working in Toontown. Like they actually helped Toons a lot. So
Yeah,
he just like
is this supposed to be like Chinatown?
I think it is a little bit.
Like Toontown, Chinatown?
I think like that was like kind of the inspiration too, which is
I
fucking
think so,
awesome.
too, which is very funny. Like that is a funny
It's hilarious that that's
Chinatown,
like,
obviously one of the great films of not our time, but you know, one of the great
Of all
films,
time.
and made by one of the worst people, Roman Polanski. So keep that in mind.
yeah, rough,
Yeah,
bad
it's
man.
like I've said it before on the podcast, man. But when you see that name on a movie, you know it's gonna be some heat, but you're gonna feel bad for liking it so much because it was made by him.
Yeah, man. He's so talented and he's such a piece of shit.
Yeah, you know.
I just want him to go to jail so bad.
It's never gonna happen either.
It's not. It's not. He's never going to jail, and that's so upsetting.
Oh boy. Sorry for. I feel like every episode I sidetrack this into. He just makes so many good movies that you can reference. That's the problem.
He does.
That's
That's
the
worst.
real
He's-
problem here.
I hate how talented he is. I wish, as bad as he was, that's how untalented he was.
Yes,
Because then he'd be in jail.
It
Because
just
the
isn't
French wouldn't
fair.
want him.
It isn't fair. But,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
whatever.
fucking awful.
Let's get back to Eddie V here, man, because
Yes.
this is a man of integrity, my friend. This is a great guy. This is a straight shooter. We don't like him in the beginning. He's down on his luck, and he's going through some shit. He gets hired to snoop on famous cartoon movie star Roger Rabbit. Paid to see if his wife is cheating on him.
Yeah, which is funny too, because they want that to happen so they could make sure he's not distracted, so he can keep doing shit.
Exactly. It is like, pretty true to what Hollywood was at that time.
Absolutely.
Another
Even
good
now, I
one
think.
for that era of like Hollywood things going on is Hail Caesar, the Coen brothers.
I was
movie.
hoping you would say that. I fucking love that movie.
That movie was insane.
It was so fun, man. Hail Caesar, if y'all haven't watched it, it's a fucking treat, man.
Pretty sure it's on Netflix. You should watch that. There's some pretty great stuff in it. It does go a little bonkers, as Coen brothers movies usually do.
It does.
And there's also great full on like they clearly just wanted to make a movie of that era, so they like made like these great set pieces where Channing Tatum is doing like the dance with all the sailors.
The Scarlett Johansson bit with
Scarlett
the fucking
Johansson
pool.
with
That
in
was
the
so
pool.
cool.
That was insane. I was like, how do they pull this shit off? It's crazy. Anyway.
And anyway, yeah, you're right. Just fucking
Great.
watch it, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, you just have to. What are we gonna do? What can we say about it? We do a whole movie podcast. We don't even know how to talk about movies. Why do you trust us? You shouldn't trust us at all. But trust us on this one. This one is really good.
Yeah, this is fucking fantastic. So, and I guess we should get to like how the film starts. And it starts like the way, if you were to go to see a movie back in the day in the 40s, that's how it starts. You watch a cartoon. They do the Roger Rabbit short with the hilarious ass fucking baby.
Baby.
Fucking, I love how like
what is the name? Baby.
I forgot his name too. It's Baby something, but I love that he's like a cigar smoking, womanizing piece of shit.
Yeah, when he steps
One
off
scene.
set, he's like full on like man voice, and he's chomping cigars and shit. It's great.
Yeah. Also, I have to say, like, I thought he was in the film more. I thought as growing
Well,
up, I
his-
always thought he
his-
was in there a ton.
His impact was huge because he's a scene stealer. It's just a funny concept that he's like a baby but like a grown man.
So good.
It's pretty funny.
He even jokes about like not being able to nail his girlfriend, right?
Because he has a baby dick. Yeah.
He has a baby. That's so fucked up. This was
You can't say
this
that
is a-
anymore.
a PG film
Good
marketed
stuff.
to children. It is not.
And
So-
also he is what gets the adventure going, right?
he is.
He's the one who tips off to the private
Eddie.
investigator that fucking
Yeah.
something is afoot here. But
He
yeah,
goes
he's a
straight
great
up to his office.
great character. He's so funny. The cartoon at the beginning is so good. The animation in it is so funny.
Mhm.
And I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure Frank Marshall directed the cartoons, and I will have to look that up. Frank
that would
Marshall,
not surprise me.
being the director of previous Husky Heroes installment Congo. So,
Whenever
so
you say
do with that
Congo,
information what you will.
whenever you say Congo, I think of the GIF you sent me of of Ernie Hudson just like look
Just
out,
blasting.
Bo, 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 bo,
That's
bo,
on.
bo.
It's on the Instagram. It's on the Instagram. Check it out, folks. Good stuff there.
So good.
Good quality shit posting right there.
That was like supreme shit post.
But you know, obviously the big draw of this is that there's cartoons in a real world, and it's like a real world. Like they don't play around with, like it's like it looks like 1940s Hollywood. Like I mean I wasn't there, but from what I could tell, like it's not like some cartoony version of it. It's like they did some work to make it look like old timey for real, like
100%.
as if they were making a fucking A-list like movie. You know what I mean? Like they treated it with that kind of like gravitas, I should say.
Yeah, that made the film so much better too. Just to like know that you're not like in some bullshit place. It's really like this is Hollywood land. This is a real fucking hard-nosed alcoholic detective. Everything is like this is everything you want.
Right. And
plus
there
cartoons.
just happens to be a cartoon world that the creatures kind of come into and in and out of at their leisure and to work and stuff.
So
pretty
good,
cool.
Man.
So there's the mystery. Someone frames Roger Rabbit. We got to find out who. Clearly, I mean that's we're not spoiling it. We're not telling tales out of school here.
Pretty much.
That's literally the title of the movie.
The frame up is that the owner of Acme, who makes all the fucking crazy bits and gags, is playing patty cake with Jessica Rabbit. He sees it, loses his shit, gets emotional, runs off, and now Acme's fucking dead.
Yes, and then the number one suspect is Roger Rabbit. So. And honestly, if you want to know any more about the movie than that, this is not the place to get it. Go watch the damn thing and then come back.
Please do. There's so much more.
When we do movies that we like on here, basically our entire conversation just turns into that was cool. Oh yeah, that scene was cool. Hey, remember that scene? Awesome. That scene was fucking cool, man.
We have to like get more detailed, like the Action Boys. We have to like do 2-hour episodes and just do like break everything down.
Yeah, well, we'll get there.
Yeah,
we're in the reboot phase, baby. Come on,
we'll do our version of it. We'll make something happen.
We'll figure this out.
Yeah. We haven't actually. Can we go back? We haven't talked about the sexy ass introduction to Jessica Rabbit.
I can see why people are so horned up about this lady. It's insane. Yeah. I mean, what can you say about it?
Yeah, I had like, what are my notes for that? Oh, that's depressing. Yeah, I forgot how sexual the patty cake thing was. Like it sounded like they were fucking, but they were just playing patty cake.
You just hear the sounds as Eddie Valiant is taking pictures of them through the window, and it sounds full on like they're fucking. Like, but they're literally doing patty cake. So you do hear like the slapping sounds as well of someone fucking, which is
so fucked up.
Which I was like, what? Until I realized it was literal patty cake, which is a very funny reveal.
Fucking Zemeckis pushed it with this movie. He pushed it so much, and like the intro, the really sexy singing was great. Like I put I know there are a bunch of kids that had their first sexual experiences watching this. Yes. And then immediately after I said, okay, things are tingling for 35-year-olds. So things are happening.
Not just for kids. That's how you know it's a timeless movie.
It
ain't
holds
just
up
for the kids. But yeah, man, no, I mean, I get it. And what is it? Is it just a prerequisite for this type of movie to have that? Because obviously years later you would have Lola Bunny, who people are also extremely horny for. It's just animators like drawing like voluptuous hot ladies.
It's funny you bring that up. It literally is that. I was listening to another podcast that talked about Space Jam, and the animators all admitted like, yeah, we just were fucking horny, and we drew her super horny, and it's exactly what it was.
And it comes through. It comes through. I mean, shit. Yeah, I
and
could
we're
tell,
better
man.
off for it. We're so much
The
better
world
off
is
for
better
it.
off for it. Yes, there is no
Magical.
shortage of Jessica Rabbit
Yeah.
hentai cartoon porn. You know, there's no shortage of that. You can just type that in. That's probably in the regular search for Jessica Rabbit.
Alexa,
You're
Google
gonna get.
Jessica Rabbit Bowsette.
Oh dear God,
Yeah.
Jessica Rabbit Sonic. Pregnant Sonic licking a toilet bowl. It's there. I trust me. It's there. Believe
Alexa,
me, you
Google
gotta
Sotero
believe
the
me.
Hedgehog.
Oh, have you done that actually?
I have. It's really disappointing because my name is weird.
Yes. You didn't get anything?
I got like random shit. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah,
If it's,
probably more. So there's this like kind of internet thing that you do is you Google your first name with the hedgehog after it, and there's usually a version of Sonic the Hedgehog that some fan drew with your name. Mine, Bernie the Hedgehog, is kind of basic looking. It looks like they did it in MS Paint.
Yeah, mine is. Did you mean Sorrow the Hedgehog?
Yes, honestly, kinda. Yes,
A little bit.
Did you mean Depression the Hedgehog?
Man, that is so me. Actually, Sorrow the Hedgehog looks pretty cool.
Sick.
It looks just like me. Not
I
at
mean, the horny Sonic artist community is very talented.
all. I'm not mad about it.
Don't know what to tell you. Usually
Not mad
has the
about it.
stink lines coming off of the feet because that's a thing.
That's totally a thing. Where like
That's a
the
thing.
weird like those video games where you're like watching the ad and it's like that ugly woman with the stink lines that you have to make look pretty so she could get a date.
My favorite are the ads on like straight up porno sites where it's like I dare you not to come watching this video. It's like I'm not here to not come.
No,
Like,
I know.
I'm doing the opposite of the thing that you're daring me to
You're
do
hindering
right
the
now.
process with
Yeah.
this advertisement. I love like the voice like play this game and you will come in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Like all right.
I do that anyway, so you know.
just start
I'm
cranking
ahead of the curb here. Why does it always come to this, Sota? Why does it always
It's never not this. We're it's
Actually,
always
what are we
jerking
doing?
off. It's because we were talking about Jessica Rabbit and how horny all that shit was.
Right. I mean, it's
Um,
only natural that it would come to this.
I'm working through the progression of these like notes that I have, and immediately after the Jessica Rabbit patty cake scene, I write, I love seeing a short, heavy dude as a lead because I remember that note because he couldn't look in the window to take the picture because he's so short, so he has to put a
He has
box
to
down.
put like a little box. Yeah.
And it was like that was like so me. I felt so seen.
You're like, yes, more random boxes, places so that I can access things.
1,000,000%. Oh God, fucking love it.
All right.
So good.
All right, I'm back in potato head mode, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Back in potato head mode. Who am I kidding? This is where I'm writing out the rest of the podcast.
Potato King.
Potato head mode. Okay. I do like the writing. It's very film noirish too. Like I love Jessica Rabbit's line of it ain't easy being what is the line exactly? It ain't easy being a woman that looks this way.
Yeah.
And then Eddie Valiant says it ain't easy being a guy talking to a woman who looks this way.
Yeah. That was pretty.
And
That was
then she
pretty. That was
says-
another. That was
Then
another
she
tingly
says,
moment.
I ain't bad. I'm just drawn this way.
That was
and I
a
was like,
fucking exchange, man.
That's wow.
That was pretty hot. Also, another Bob
was-
Hoskins note. His body, dude, is kind of like goals now. Like most people
Dude,
want a guy
if
with.
I had Bob Hoskins' body now, I would be totally happy with that.
Me too. I'd be fucking out here like fucking nailing everybody. I'm hairy,
He's just a
muscular,
thick
little
guy,
chubby.
man.
I just
I mean, the thing that you told me before was he was considered for another role, a comic book movie.
It was between him and Danzig from Misfits.
And that was for the role of Wolverine, which eventually went to Broadway star Hugh Jackman.
A Broadway star, 6'1", Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. Very different type they ended up going for.
So different. I want to look up how tall was Bob Hoskins. He was a short man.
Short king. I'm gonna say 5'6". I mean, that's the highest.
I think you're right. That sounds about right.
That's the highest.
Oh, if he's my height, 5'6", which
Ooh,
by
perfect.
actor standards is actually 5'4", which is
right.
my height.
Yes, he's probably definitely lying about it. Yeah, I mean that's Tom Cruise's height, isn't it? Like he's about that tall, also.
He's about
and Pacino, both of the guys that they have to put on like apple crates because they're so self-conscious about their heights.
Yeah, Stallone's like 5'6" for real.
Is he really?
He's tiny, man. He's a little dude.
Wow, that's weird.
He's super small. I know, right? It's so weird to think, but Stallone's like short as shit.
It is weird how like old like right-wingy type guys. I'm not saying that Stallone is like super right-wing or anything like that.
Right.
He's usually pretty apolitical online and stuff. But it's very funny that like these guys have all turned into like cool biker guys now. It's like how is that the aesthetic that everyone landed on? Like how is that the pro-government right-wing look for old guys now, you know?
That is like the natural progression, right? Like they just go to like being like the Expendables was literally like part of it was them like they rode off into the sunset on motorcycles.
Choppers, and they had fucking like straight up like West Coast Customs choppers, you know, like
they did. Which my dad saw that and was like, yeah.
I could see your dad's wheels turning.
Yeah, Dad's like,
that.
I need a motorcycle.
Oh my god.
Dad, you're pushing 60.
You do not need one. I remember our Tío Joe, famous on this podcast for getting into a Lamborghini and
a Corvette.
A Corvette, getting into a Corvette at the auto show, and they had to take the
took the steering wheel
off to get him out of there. The steering column, yeah.
Jesus Christ. I know the story. It's still so funny.
I remember him at one of the family functions was talking about getting a motorcycle. It's like nothing about this is a good idea, man.
It's a terrible idea.
This is good.
But speaking of, he had a scooter for years that he didn't ride. Like he couldn't even ride. I love him, but like he didn't ride that scooter, man. My dad drove it from the dealership to where he wanted it.
And then there was a power grab. Me and one of our cousin Vanessa both wanted the scooter, and we found out that he had just recently given it away.
I actually kind of beat you to it because I asked him for it and he had just sold it, and then you guys came through and like I think immediately afterwards like found out.
Yeah, for whatever reason we all just got scooter crazy at some point. It was just going around. I mean, you lived the dream. You had the scooter for a while. You had the Ruckus.
I did, man. I was on a scooter for like a whole year until it got fucking stolen by some assholes from Indiana.
You can't have shit like that in Chicago, man.
Can't have nice things, man. And you know what? Scooter life, I miss it.
Yeah, I bet.
It's fucking great. You could carry beers on them pretty easy.
And now that like every job is in the West Loop, like every job ever is in the West Loop now, it's like so much easier to park like a scooter versus parking a fucking car.
I work in the West Loop right now and I'm so mad I have a car.
This is more for just me and you, but tomorrow I'm making my first trip back to my apartment.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I gotta see my babies. I gotta see my cats.
Yeah, you gotta see Burger and all the boys.
I gotta see Burger. I gotta see Gordon. I gotta see Mookie.
Hey.
Did not remember their names when I woke up.
That makes sense.
Yeah, my girlfriend was very upset, and she would, the nurses told her this was a good thing to do, but I hated her for it. Was like every day she would like test me. Like, hey, do you remember the cats' names? And I would like rack my brain trying to remember them. And then I would eventually stop asking me that.
Quit
because it would scare me that I didn't remember their names.
That makes sense.
Maybe I should be. Maybe I should see like a psychiatrist, huh? Like, that's probably.
Please do. I actually.
I got a podcast. What do I need a psychiatrist?
No, dude,
for?
I'll vouch for it. I just started therapy again. You definitely do it, man. It helps.
Oh, that's good for you.
Yeah, man, it's good. It's good.
Not just make fun of that nerd, man.
They want to throw meditation at you a lot, so get ready for that. I know you're gonna fucking hate that shit, but it does help a little bit.
I can't enter my mind palace, man. There's too much crap going on in there.
I answered my mind palace. My mind mound. Just like play with my tits.
My beautiful soft mind mound.
So, they're actually smaller now that I've been working out.
Is this what people want to hear in a podcast?
I know. We're just like, I'm so sorry, guys. We got distracted. It's been a minute.
Come on.
This is going to be a 2-hour episode.
It's funny. It's always been a minute because we always stop doing the podcast.
1,000%.
We're never going to get good at this.
We started recording at 7:00 and it's 8:45.
Oh,
should we get back into the movie?
Let's get back into the movie. Let's talk about more just stuff that we in general liked about it, because I think that's kind of where this is going a little bit.
The adult jokes in this film were great.
Yes, good, excellent. Just like stuff that, like, I was full on like into this movie. Like, my metric is always like how many minutes into the movie before I'm like thinking of checking Twitter on my phone. This is like the phone, the Pythagorean phone theorem of some kind. I gotta somehow chart it out where it's like minutes in versus how long I'm watching it. I would love to have a chart of just like how long and where in the timeline of the movie I'm checking the phone. But anyway,
that'd be a good review
in this movie. Never. I did not even think of the phone. I forgot I had a phone. My phone disappeared for the hour and 40 minutes that I watched this movie.
Same. I actually like glorious. Halfway through. The only thing I did halfway through was pop an edible because I wanted to go to bed immediately after, and it hit just at the right spot.
Just at the right time. Oh
magical.
Man. Yeah, I guess one of the night I just ran out of melatonin gummies, so I couldn't get zooted off those bad boys, but. I guess that's a good thing. I guess that's a good thing. I didn't get sleepy. But yeah, so that's great. I mean, what more can you say? Everything about this movie is just a fucking like 10. I don't know what to say. People know that I'm pretty hard on movies a lot of the time, but this was like magical, man. I don't understand how anyone could have any problem with it. It's like a really good fucking movie.
It's like it's got to be like a top 10 film of all time.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there. I mean, certainly one of the most entertaining and just like fun to watch movies. Like,
we got through like this whole episode and haven't talked about how good Christopher Lloyd was as the villain.
I was actually going to get to that because I was extremely terrified by his weird red eyes at the end of the movie.
Dude, man. Even before, like, just his face with the glasses, fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it takes you back to Raiders of the Lost Ark a little bit. The fucking Nazi guy or whatever.
Absolutely.
It kind of have a similar aesthetic to him. Probably not a coincidence. I mean, Zemeckis and Spielberg, buddies and shit. But yeah, no, Christopher Lloyd is the villain of the movie, and he is so goddamn good in it. And it is revealed that he was the one that killed. He was the tune that killed Eddie Valiant's brother.
That was a cool reveal. I thought like it like I remember
it's
like
so good because go ahead.
Yeah, I remember as a kid thinking like, really? But like now watching it again now as a 35-year-old, like that just makes perfect sense. Like, of course that's what happened. Absolutely.
And it was very cool to hear this. Remember me, Eddie, when I killed your brother, I talked just like this.
Yeah.
Line was used in like this cool rap song that I used to listen to a lot. And then I was like, I did Leonardo DiCaprio on the couch meme,
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, just the point.
I can't do it in potato head mode.
It's hard to do anything in potato head mode, to be fair.
I guess I got it. I guess I got to get up. This is me.
No, you don't.
This is my impression. Yeah, this is where I like break my spine. This is my impression of Leonardo DiCaprio pointing at the TV on the couch. Meme. Hold on, here it comes.
This is for all the people watching the YouTube.
Fuck. Jesus. All right, here it comes. Yep. And he is holding a beer.
This is true.
There it is.
There it is.
Maybe this is better.
Yes. There it is. That's the one. That's the one. That's perfect.
And he's a little excited.
So good. It's so good.
Thank you very much. I was practicing that. Wasn't sure I was going to bust it out this episode because it's a little raw. But clearly it was a good idea.
We got to work on your comedic bits,
I only knocked down a couple things doing it.
I mean, at this point, like, I'm glad it's happening. I'm glad we could see it.
I'm
happy about it.
I'm on borrowed time, baby. I should have died on that operating room table, man.
Nah.
God's got a different plan for me.
It's just like, you're not.
You must remake the Leo meme. You must
No.
do it on the podcast.
I don't like this at all.
You must remake the meme for the Husky Heroes Instagram, because that is going to be tomorrow's post probably.
Fucking love it. I'm trying to stay off Instagram, but yeah, I'm gonna post that. I'm gonna repost that for sure.
You can't. We can't get off of these things, man. These are.
I know, man.
These
I
are our
love
lives
Instagram
now.
I love the gram too much.
We're in the metaverse, baby.
Oh god,
this shit ain't real. You think this is real?
I'm just ready to get my back blown out in the metaverse.
We'll be in pods as early as 2030. We'll all just be in pods with Ethernet cables hooked to our urethras.
No. Can it be something like round instead of like cube?
No. Oh, that was one thing in the hospital when I found out that I was wearing a catheter.
Oh no!
I was like, God, I gotta piss, dude. I have to pee. And then I like looked down and I was like, I had all these wires coming out of my junk. And I was just like, this is kind of nice.
The more I hear this, the more it sounds like the scene where like RoboCop realizes that he's RoboCop. He just like wakes up slowly and just like, I'm a robot now.
Nurse, do I have any special abilities?
Do I have to eat baby food from now on?
Nurse, what is my special move now? It's
there
peeing without having to get up. That's your special move.
Is there a desert eagle in my thigh? Because it feels like it.
I'm like tapping on it.
It's like...
There is a numbness in my left thigh that hasn't really gone away yet. I'm assuming it's going to come back at some point.
Okay, that's actually very startling.
Yeah, that's probably something I should bring up to the doctor next time.
Or it could be a really cool... Or it could be a really cool bar trick and we go to a bar and you get stabbed in the thigh and you get like...
Yeah, you could stab me with a fork. That'd be cool.
That'd be really fun to try. If you're down. If you're down. We're not saying it's gonna happen, but if you want to do it.
Yeah, we better do it before the sensation comes back. We better do it.
I've said that before in bed.
What else? Yeah. I mean, what more? The problem with this, when movies are so good like this, it's like, is it even interesting to talk about how good it is?
Right? Like at this point, like I just want to talk about Bob Hoskins and like his career because he's such
we should get into you know what? Honestly, it is Bob and Boba month. We should be getting into the Bob Hoskins of it all.
He fucking nailed this role, man.
He was so good, and he's such a talented physical performer. I think he also did come from like the stage world, like the Broadway world.
I think so, yeah.
It shows because the physicality of this that he has to pull off in this movie, like not only his like song and dance number, like routine at the end, which is like really cool.
He did so good in that, man. And he was Curly-esque in his like words. He was Curly-esque in his performance and how he could like move and like I know there was like scenes where like they had to cut to like an actual like acrobat,
right? Like where he's like doing flips and shit, but he's doing the other like, you know, the close-up moves and stuff like that. He's doing those. So
And he looks so natural in it. And it's funny too, because like he looked natural, but the voice of Eddie is so rough. It just like melted so well into like a fun performance.
yeah, it's great because here's the thing too, is that they don't beat us over the head that he was a performer back in the day.
Mhm.
It's literally mentioned one time, and it's in the newspaper that they pan to, or not the newspaper, the desk that his brother used to have, and that gives you all the backstory you need.
Which, by the way, the best headline that they cut, like you just see a quick glimpse of it, but it's so funny. Goofy cleared of spy charges.
Yes, spy charges. Yeah. Yeah, I
Fucking
caught that one too
what?
when watching it. That was very, very silly.
He
A
was just like-
a tremendous amount of restraint to not just litter the entire newspaper with silly headlines like that. Like the fact that
Goofy,
that's
not a
like
commie.
Yes, that's very funny. Especially when you realize like historically what was going on in Hollywood at that time. With, like,
Exactly,
people all
and who
getting caught
Walt
being
Disney
communists.
was.
Yes.
And Walt Disney Company approved this, and they still put in like a fucking Nazi joke, which is
Yeah, very funny. Good
wonderful.
stuff. But yeah, so that was that was funny. But the fact that they don't beat us over the head of him being he
Mhm.
used to be a performer, like he comes from a circus family or whatever.
Mhm.
And like when it happens, it's so like I knew the other shoe was gonna drop just because we watch
Mhm.
movies and we know if it's there, it's the Schrodinger's law thing or whatever.
Right.
If you see the gun in the first act, it's gonna fire in the third act, whatever. Like that, the way that was just set up is like, wait, is that Schrodinger's law?
I forget.
It's
something
someone's
like that.
law,
It's a
or
film
is it
law.
is it Schrodinger's cat? That's another thing.
No, that's something else.
But that's another
It's,
thing.
Yeah, it's a whole
Schrodinger
other
is
thing.
not the guy who I'm thinking of. I don't think.
No, he's not. You're thinking of film. You're a film guy, so you're giving me film theories.
I've been through a lot, Sote. I can't
You
remember
have.
this stuff.
I'm a theater boy. I know theater things.
Do you really?
A little bit.
Are you a fan of the theater?
I helped write a play.
When?
When I was in I helped write a play for Steppenwolf Theater.
Did you really? I didn't know
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, it was part of my improv. Okay, so we're gonna go on a quick offshoot. In high school, I did improv for my senior year. My improv
Hey,
teacher
man, who
told us
didn't,
about
baby?
it. Yeah, Miss Miller.
Miss
we
Miller.
did. Yeah, you know her,
Yep.
Curie. We went to Steppenwolf Theater to audition for like acting / playwriting thing, and I went in as an actor and got in as a playwright, and ended up writing a scene with someone who ended up being my girlfriend for 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, how about
Huh.
that?
Well, how about that?
Yeah, we wrote the end of the play.
Well, that's kind of cool. This on videotape?
I don't think so. No,
Do you-
this is 2004, so if it is. It probably looks really bad.
Shame. Be good for the Instagram. Be good for the Instagram.
Such is life.
What are you gonna do? Maybe we'll get our hands on the play. We will perform it here, live on the podcast.
Yikes!
Does
I'm
this mean we have to kiss? I mean,
No, there was no kissing.
there's
in
no
that play.
kissing in it. Okay, cool.
We had a Russian girl sing Snoop Dogg, which was fun.
Oh, that's fun. I like that.
Wasn't for her, but it was great. It was awesome. Anyway,
I
let's go
do
back
not
to the
like
movie.
this Snoop Dogg.
Rolling down the street, smoking Endo.
Smoking Indo? What is this?
Sipping.
This
what's-
garbage. This
what
not words.
Why would you put gin in juice? She
Where
was
is the
not pleased.
vodka?
Exactly.
Where is
That's
the
all
vodka?
she was great. Just
Man, she probably writes those backwards R's or whatever. Come on, man. What are we doing here?
backwards ours. Get that shit out of here.
Get out of here. That's not a real letter. Come on.
Also,
Russian,
Carly,
you
if
guys
you're
do.
listening, hi, Carly.
Oh,
Why are you listening?
Real close to iCarly, but I digress.
Oh,
I'm getting
yeah.
a little drunk.
Me too.
Getting a
I'm pretty
little
drunk, actually.
All right,
That's a good indicator that we should end this pretty
Let's
soon.
wrap this up before it gets
Yeah.
weird.
Weirder.
Weirder. 10-star movie. What can I say? Eddie Valiant, very
Yeah.
cool character, very husky character, husky hero for life.
Yeah.
We do have to stand. We have no choice but to stand Eddie Valiant. He is one of probably the better ones that we've had on this podcast.
Honestly, yeah. Outside of Uncle Buck, he's like top tier.
Uncle Buck, yeah, Uncle Buck is pretty high up there. Porkins pretty high up there.
Porkins is super high up there.
Oh no, the second light is about to die, so we have a matter of minutes.
I have one more. Actually, I don't have any more trivia. But yeah, otherwise, like the movie's fucking great, and I agree, it's a 10-star movie.
Well, thanks for priming us up, thinking you had one more piece of trivia.
The only good trivia is like, oh no, actually no, there is one. There's the only other person that auditioned for this movie was fucking Tim Curry. He auditioned for the role of Judge Doom.
Oh, that would have been cool.
That would have been super cool.
Would that mean that? No, wait, no, because Back to the Future came before this, right?
Yeah.
So that probably gave Christopher Lloyd the leg up.
You know what? No, Back to the Future, the original was before this, and then they did 2 and 3 after this. But yeah, the only reason why Tim Curry didn't get the role is because Robert Zemeckis, Steven Spielberg, and Jeffrey Katzenberg and Michael Eisner found him too terrifying.
Oh, well, that's great.
Yeah, and
tracks.
Fucking dude, like,
I mean,
he was already a scary ass character.
That guy played freaking It the Clown.
It the Clown. Getting real Hispanic up in this shit.
He played It the Clown, the scariest freaking clown ever, whose name is It.
I love it. Fucking love it.
So great to be back. What can we? What? I mean, we're not in the Husky Cave. Obviously, we can't be in there.
Of course.
But we'll get back there eventually, and maybe I'll hook us up with some sweet camera tech.
Yes, we'll definitely. If we're not there, we'll figure something out. I mean,
we could keep doing this, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, depending on how things go, we could even like have a Husky North if I end up moving out. Depending on where things go, I may end up moving to the north side. So
Spoiler alert, it will be the north side.
It probably will be the north side.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I know you like it up there.
I love Logan Square, man.
It's futile trying to get you to move to Bridgeport next to me.
I like, no, Bridgeport's fine. It's not for me, man. It's not for me. I need more cafes. I need more weirdos.
Yeah, you do have the Logan Square beanie on right now.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
I like weirdos, man. Give me weirdos. I'm a weirdo.
We got gangbangers. So
it's different.
Yeah,
I prefer weirdos.
One of the nurses in the rehab facility.
Yeah.
We were just chit-chatting, and I was like, yeah, I live in Bridgeport. She says, really? Bridgeport? And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, the last time I went there, someone spray painted the N-word on my car.
That sounds about right, honestly.
I was like, you know what? Sounds like Bridgeport. Sounds like
Sorry to say, it's pretty Bridgeport.
That's pretty Bridgeport.
Yeah,
so that's all for Husky Heroes, folks.
I promise we'll be a lot smoother next time.
I cannot make that promise, honestly. I will have a game next time, though. We will have a game, a Boba Fett inspired game, because we are going to be discussing the first, I want to say 3 or 4 episodes of the show next week. Okay. So get prepared for that, folks. Mm-hmm. The continuation of Bob and Boba Fett month will be we will be discussing the first chunk of episodes of Book of Boba Fett. So be prepared for that show.
Love a hero that looks like me in a costume at age 10.
What you see a lot now on Halloween is a lot of chunky Iron Men.
Oh God, I love it.
Lots of chunky Iron Men. It is adorable. It is so cute.
Give me chunky Iron Man, chunky Spider-Man, chunky Black Panther,
chunky Scream.
I was chunky Scream.
I was definitely a chunky Scream at some point.
I was chunky Bloody Face Scream. I was also chunky.
Wait, Amelia, my brother had that mask, and it was like impossible to find.
So good, man. I had it, and that shit dried up fast.
Oh man. All right. So for all the chunky Iron Man, chunky Scream, chunky Black Panthers out there, Chunky Chucky. Hey.
Chunky Chucky.
One letter off.
Chunky everybody.
That does it for this week's exciting episode of Husky Heroes. The depression episode, I guess. The sad episode. Well, I mean, I guess it wasn't that sad. It was the trauma episode. Maybe that's
trauma episode.
The trauma episode. The trauma-sode is how we will be. The circles will be describing it as that.
All right, I like that. I like that.
The extended podcast circles.
The extended butt.
All right, man.
I'm drunk. I'm sorry. Let's end this. It's over.
We're ended. Okay, bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye, guys. We'll be sober next time.
Wave to the people. This is video now.
Oh, yeah, it is video.
3D action.